Welcome to Red V TV, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2024 season. Do you know what? Third day, Kevin, and I've got this right face sign pointing in the right direction.
You've taken your time getting it right.
Yes, I've been practicing all day after making the mess last couple of days. It's 30 days to go until Saints 2024 Super League campaign gets underway as we look to regain our crown. And with 30 days to go, Kevin, it can only mean one thing, can't it?
It can. It's time for our number 30, Jonny Vaughan. And Jonny is sponsored by LWC.
LWC Drinks, the UK's largest independent drinks wholesaler. And if you go to lwc-drinks.co.uk, you can discover how LWC can make a difference for you and your business today. We've met the guys from LWC a couple of times, haven't we, Kevin? The drink suppliers to the Totally Wicked Stadium, top fellas, and they've renewed their support for the club with their player sponsorship once again in 2024. And it is, in a couple of years, going to be the most well-known Jonny Vaughan in the world.
Yeah, first of all, good on LWC for backing the club and backing the players. And yeah, Jonny Vaughan, second row centre, and in 2013 became double world kickboxing champion from the Blackbrook club. And he's a big Saints fan, signed a 2-year full-time deal, and he joined the club when he was 14 years of age.
World kickboxing champion, did you say?
Double world kickboxing champion.
Does that mean he can kick with both legs?
Yeah. Listen, you want to start asking him questions, I'm not going to stop him roundhousing you.
Do you know what?
That's a term.
This is really educational, this Kevin, because I didn't know that. Right. Let's be nice to him.
I am going to be nice to him. Lancashire Academy Origin call-up and then made captain. Also, England Academy captain for their match against France. Another one, like Leon Cowan a couple of days ago, who got made Saints Academy captain. Another one who seems to be a leader. And another one who just seemed, everything you read about him, there's been a couple of articles about him, everything you think, this kid could have it. He could really, really be a shining star here.
Yes, I've just actually been looking up Jonny Vaughan. Listen, he was double kickboxing world champion when he was 8. 10 years ago. I do my
research. 2013, I told you that.
Yeah. Listen, I was 29. I'd have took him out at that point.
I don't think you would have. I don't think you would have. Not a chance.
I've actually just seen the photo of him on the St. Helens Star website with his coach at the time, Dave Hughes. Big shout out. Yeah, listen.
You know what I mean? Find that, aren't
you? He's just going to be one of those annoying people who are good at whatever sport they do, aren't they?
Yeah, we had, was it a wrestler, Owen Livesey? I think he was on Saints books for a while and he went into Olympic wrestling. So we've got a couple of them who are kind of across different sports, have been on the books. But listen, as I say, Jonny's a big Saints fan and this is a lifelong dream to get the full-time contract here. He seems to have the temperament. And he said he's looking forward to working with Joe Batchelor, Curtis Sirenen, Sione Matautia, Matt Whitley, and also Mark Percival, and someone who took him under his wing and has been giving him tips, Conrad. He's been doing quite a bit of work with Connie, and Connie's just been giving him some hints on what he should be doing. So, Jonny, I'm hoping you haven't taken the hints of all the budgie smuggler stuff we see on Instagram and just stick to the rugby, please, mate. Just for now, anyway.
Yeah, just listening to what Paul Wellens has been saying about him. Obviously, a young centre. He can play a bit of back row. Being around Mark Percival and the senior back rows can only improve him. He's come back into pre-season really fit and looked after himself well. He's as competitive as a player you are likely to see, which earns the respect of other players. He's got a good appetite for wanting to improve, like a lot of the other young players, and he can have a good career in the game as long as he continues to work really hard. He is well thought of. We're aware of that. He's got potential. Is that one of the reasons that you're only looking at giving the likes of Wanga Blake a year initially to see, because obviously we have seen the interviews with Mike Rush and likes when they've talked about we've got young players in various positions coming through the pathways, and there's got to be that pathway for them to develop into our long-term first team players. There's a long question for you.
It might be a long question, but the answer to it is yes. I think the likes of Jonny Vaughan and Owen Dagnall, who is, I believe, still doing his A levels, and rightly so. Well done, young man. I sounded like Brian Clough then, I think. There's one for the kids. Yeah, I think the likes of them, they don't want to stunt their growth into potentially being first team players. And if they see something in someone, they're going to give them the chance. I think we've had this chat before about how, it might have been in the Wanga Blake episode we did just before he signed, about how these lads won't be on the mega money that they might get from the NRL if you're going to bring in a big name, but they can do the job. In time, they can do the job. No one's saying Jonny Vaughan's going to go out there and be better than Blake this season. No one's saying that at all. But working with the likes of Percy, working with Connie, working with the second rowers, learning his role in the team, whether that is at centre. So you see the likes of Josh Jones, who came through and started at centre, then obviously through his career moved into the second row. Whether it's a Lee Gilmore-esque player, and I tell you what, there's a player to be as good as Lee Gilmore. If you're gonna like kind of find your way, and you're gonna give these players the chance, then yeah, that's probably why you look at getting the right deal for the right import, and that 1 year for Blake may be reflective, and probably is reflective, on the lads who are coming through. And there's still more centres / wingers that we've got to mention as we go through the squad, and they're going to get their chance as well. And it's up to the likes of Jonny Vaughan to be pushing the likes of, I'll mention Ben Davies, who's another centre in the second row. He's going to be pushing him now. So Ben Davies has then got to get better and push the lads who are in front of him. And if not, then there's got to be room made, because we have mentioned Owen Dagnall there. We've got him coming in. Will he get a squad number next year, the year after, whenever it is? It's just that cyclical nature. I do think you're right, though. I think this is probably the reason why Blake is on a 1 year deal. He might get another one if he wants to stay over here, if he's enjoying it, and we think, well, we can take a little bit of pressure off the young lads and keep him here for another year, let them learn off him. Possibly so. But I think, as I say, he sounds to be a proper competitor, this lad. Sounds to be a real potential star.
Yeah. We spoke also with Leon Cowan, a leader, captaining the academy last season. Jonny Vaughan himself, he has obviously come through the system from Blackbrook. He was Lancashire skipper. He's captained England's academy against France. He's potentially one of those players who you hope could be around the club for the next 15 years. We've always had players who've come through the system and been leaders at the club, and from the system, and he could be the next off the production line.
Definitely. As I say, the way that he kind of comes across sounds like he's a proper competitor. I'm not necessarily comparing him directly to this man, but you say we have people around the club who are leaders, and you think of James Roby and the longevity. Could Jonny Vaughan be that kind of player who is with us for the next 10, 15 years, ends up as captain, ends up as one of the leaders? Listen, if he's good enough in training, he'll get his chance. it's not up to Paul Wellens just to give these young lads a chance just because they've come through. It's on them to push for the chance and then keep hold of that chance. And listen, I feel like we're properly waxing lyrical about this young lad and heaping pressure on. We're not just go out and enjoy your rugby.
Yeah. Is he potentially someone you might see make an appearance this year?
Yeah, possibly with the fact that he can switch in between second row and centre. It could well be. I think obviously we've got a little bit more cover now with Blake coming in, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did end up with a couple of injuries just to see him pitched in, just to see how he goes. Don't get me wrong, I don't expect him to see him in a Saints Wigan game as a starting number 3 or something, but if we needed him and there was the right time, yeah, I definitely could.
Can't work out. Well, I'm still most impressed that he was double world kickboxing champion when he was 8 years old. But he was competing in the under 12s category. What were them kids in year 8? Imagine them year 8s who went back to wherever the school was across the country and got battered by the 8-year-olds.
So he'd have took you, Dad, definitely.
Yeah.
I might try and get in touch with him and see if he'll just do it just for a laugh. Just see if we can get a Red V special, Jonny Vaughan versus David Lyon, and just
the
see
problem
him.
Is he'd swipe me legs and it'd be like a beached whale.
You just hear the vibrations and feel them all the way through Saturday.
It's a good job we didn't go down to the pre-season training session on Crosby Beach. He just swiped me legs, and the bloody lifeguards would have come hosing me down.
Rolling you back in.
Yeah, till the tide comes in and can take me back out. Oh well. Right, that is that. You think this was scripted? No, no, you wouldn't. Right, that's our number 30 done. Back tomorrow, Kevin. Anybody you'd think we're definitely doing
back
these
into the swing
days.
of it, Dave.
Yes. Don't forget.
Yeah, exactly. Not that I'm drinking out the same cup.
Yeah, I'd have washed that cup over the last 48 hours. We'll have mold growing in it. Don't forget.
It's fine. I just leave it here.
Definitely don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you got plenty of time in your hands, come back tomorrow. Catch you soon.